Hey, beautiful creatives. This is sort of my intro to my intro on this video. I'm adding this afterwards. I was not going to do a YouTube video this week, and I had done some filming for my patrons, but I went down a rabbit hole so deep on this project that I'm working on that I decided to put up the spontaneous creative exercises and demos for you guys on YouTube. But I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. This is not what this video is about, but I want to give you a sneak peek about this project that I'm working on for my patrons right now. And if you are a patron, this is coming up. Part one is probably going to be next week on Patreon. But this is so much fun. I am making oracle cards based on the names of the full moons. And this whole process with demos is going to be up on Patreon, like I said, next week. So, and the other thing really quickly that I wanted to remind you of before I roll into this video is that today that I'm filming, this is February 1st, it's Thursday, so this will be going up Friday, February 2nd. And if you want to enter the Chiao Mei official giveaway, go watch that video on Patreon. The giveaway is open to $10 level patrons in US and Canada. But you have to, the winner is going to be picked on February 5th. So you need to go enter this week, actually. But this is the palette that you will win if you are the winner. If you're on the $10 level of my Patreon and you put your name below the Chiao Mei official giveaway video, this is what it'll look like in my Patreon. Go to that video and put your name in the comments below. Put your full name and tell me that you want to enter the giveaway. And this is what you will receive if you are the winner. And I have some videos on my YouTube channel. I'll try to put a link up here. I absolutely love this palette. I have used it. I've made some reels and some videos of using it. So yeah, go join my Patreon, even if you only join for a month to win the palette. Go join, put your name under here, under that video that looks like that on my Patreon. Say you want to win, and you will be entered for a chance to win this gorgeous little palette. Okay, now into the video for you guys on YouTube for this week. I hope you enjoy the video, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments below. And I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and if you would click like on the video. Okay, guys, enjoy the video. I just came up to the studio to do some filming for you guys, but I had to show you how gorgeous it looks out the studio window right now. Everything is just coated in this absolutely gorgeous coating of really thick snow. The evergreens are just hanging down. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful out. Anyways, I just wanted to show you how beautiful it looks in here with that snowy, gorgeous view outside. And filming some paintings and talking about some other warm-up exercises in a video for you guys today. I thought I would show you what I have been up to every day. So if you remember in the last video, I mentioned I wanted to use this sketchbook to do little starter warm-ups, sort of really quick, just intuitive, spontaneous mark making and exploring art materials in this before I got started on art projects in my studio each day. So I got out I've been using some different supplies. As I got out my Derwent Inktense pans, and I used that in some of them. I got out my Melang. This is the first set of Melang watercolors that I reviewed on YouTube. This is the less opaque set. The second set was more opaque. And then I used some fountain pens and some graph tint pencils, just whatever I had around me in my little carts. And I started doing little daily warm-ups in these. Oh yeah, I used some of these ink pens too, these Pentel brush pens with ink in them. So I'm going to zoom in and show you what I've been up to with these. So these were those wacky colored pencils, the multicolor ones. That's these that I got for Christmas. Those are kind of fun to draw with. Okay, so, but for the last few days, this is what I've been doing. This was the graph tint. I put down backgrounds using the graph tint, and then I went back over it with these Pentel brush markers and also the Pentel water brushes that I have put my Ecoline ink into and mixed my own colors. So that was these first ones, was just experimenting with that. This one, I think these fine lines, I added in some of my fountain pen. Just really letting myself freely explore with zero attachment to results. As a matter of fact, I didn't like any of these when I finished them, and I didn't care. It didn't matter. It wasn't until I went and looked at them again a couple of days later that I realized that I actually did like some of them. But that was not important to me at the time. This was a stencil that I tried using, and it wasn't that successful with the thin inks. They just sort of wanted to run under it. Just more, these backgrounds are the Inktense pans. And these smaller marks, again, were my fountain pens with the custom blend ink that I had made. This was just those Pentel and ink pens with the Ecoline inks in them that I had mixed up and just letting the ink flow on the page. This was the same thing. And then I went back over it with one of my, this was a fountain pen where actually it was this one. This is a fountain pen where I custom mixed a brown color that I really like. So I just sort of went around the edge there. After I had put my ink down, I just sort of plopped some water drops and then let them sit for a few minutes, and then lifted them with a paper towel to get these marks, and then I outlined them with fountain pen. Just really allowing myself to be immersed in whatever creative process came up. Oh, this was this Kohle, Kohle, liquid charcoal that one of my viewers gifted me. This was fun. This was really fun to play with. It lifts. It has that charcoaly texture to it. Really enjoyed fooling around with this. Yeah, I did a very light wash of a background with it, and then I went back over with drier or heavier drier. And then this was, again, the Inktense Graphy Tint, is it? Yeah, this Graphy Tint set, pan set. And then I marked over it with the Graphy Tint pencils, water-soluble pencils. I just did some line marking over it. And then this one, I took out my Milang watercolors. And the thing that drew me first was literally just these two colors. I felt like I wanted to see those two colors side by side. I just thought they were so pretty together. So I just sort of got a mop brush. I think I actually filmed this. If I filmed it, I'll try to insert it in here if the video doesn't get too long. But I took my Paul Rubens Esprit 818 size 4 mop and just laid it on really wet. And then this layer down here where I got the hard edge, I let the under layer dry and then went back on. So I wanted a crisper edge on this one. And then at the end, I put some salt flakes on there to get some texture, just some regular table salt. And depending on how wet the layers were when I added them, some were more wet and got a bigger effect, and some were drier and just got a small effect. And there's some nice granulation going in there. So this has been really fun. I'm not attached to the results in this little sketchbook at all. It has been dedicated to my daily exploring of my art supplies. And this is really expansive for your creativity, because the more you freely explore without attachment to results, the more things that you discover, and it truly expands the creative part of your brain. Copying, although copying like master copies is great, but you will never develop your own style or expand your own creative impulses if you don't just go out and purely experiment. Just let go of results and put stuff on paper and see what happens. Jude Hill used to call it what ifing, and I love that phrase. Just what if I did this? What if I put this down? What if I put this over this? I was also trying to stop, which is something that I think we all can have problems with. Just put something down and then stop and move on. You can always go back and rework any of these if you want to, but stop yourself before you go too far and just let it be, and then go back to it and see what you think of it. Like, I had thought maybe of going in and putting colored pencil back into this, but I just want to stop myself midway. Maybe that's a good way to look at it, is like stop midway and then go back and see how you feel about it, because we all have a tendency to go too far, and it's really nice. I really admire people's work when they leave white space, and don't overwork paintings or even these explorations. studio window up there. So when I show you guys the view out the window, you're looking over that way and at the stone wall. It is so gorgeous out here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.